are great, and he has a beautiful smile.
I've claimed you in my top, so I need to know that the feelings reciprocated.
You claimed me?
I did.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Talking to you guys about Ready to Love, dealing with Adrianna and Denice, and talking about their recent spat that they had. We're going to call this War, and how the dating scene becomes competitive amongst women. Guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and you click on that bell button for notification of the what? Uploads, baby. And for those of you returning as well, you got the minerals. You got the minerals. All right, cool. Let's get it. Hey, don't forget as well, grab your merchandise, grab your merchandise. All right, cool. So, the recent episode we saw with Adrianna and Denice, there was a few different spats that happened. We saw the spat, I guess, in the swimming pool, if you want to call it that way. There's a spat which obviously she had a conversation with Rashid, Edwin, and Simone. There was also a spat where they had a one-to-one conversation. That was interesting. And also as well with also Adrianna taking Califani away during the pool scene. So there was quite a few different things that were happening, and I want to talk about war. Okay, now war, okay, is about attrition. It's about beating your opponent, being outsmarting them. And there's a book by Robert Greene that says there are 33 strategies of war. I'm sure there's more, but he put 33 strategies of war. I don't know if it means anything to do with the Illuminatis or not, but hey, say no more.
This is my normal type and normally what I'm attracted to. And so I want to try something different and make sure I'm not making the same mistakes that I've made.
But yeah, the 33 strategies of war. And so I picked out two of them, which I believe that Adrianna used in this particular scene here. So you'll see that obviously in the scene where Denice and Califani are playing pool, and Adrianna comes over, takes Califani away, they have a little talk conversation, yada yada yada. But I want to break it all the way down so you can understand exactly what happened, because there was something very, very, very unique. And I don't know if she did it on purpose. Sometimes things are instinctive, but when I look at the strategies of war, she was implementing some of these into the situation. So one of the strategies of war is called hitting where it hurts. Now, if you guys remember the situation between Adrianna and between Denice, we already know that obviously they haven't got a good relationship. Denice came for Rashid in the cave. She like, sorry boo, and then she had to say obviously what she said, right? And then she obviously made a comment about, well, men try only those who they know they can try, right? It was a sly comment, dig as well, and she's made several digs as well to Rashid as well in the process of the competition. So Denice and Adrianna, they can butt heads, and I believe it's because Adrianna is a direct competition of Denice. And so what happens is that in this strategy of hitting where it hurts, you're meant to take away the strength of your opponent, okay? And the strength of Denice is Califani. Yeah, because you take away Califani, she ain't got nobody else, because Denice has slightly kind of isolated herself in the group. Though she's friends with Joy, we see, but rarely do we see her interact with anybody else. We rarely see her, mix with the boys, in terms of the fact that only Califani and Anthony are really her main choices here.
Go out on a date one more time with Anthony. Yeah. And you know what? I'll go out with Rashid just to see, because maybe I'm picking.
Right. Speaking of Rashid, we know that seems to be Adrianna's boo.
Okay. And so what you see from Adrianna here is that she moves undercover. She doesn't announce the war. She doesn't propel the war. She doesn't tell you, listen, she's going to come at Denice. She just gets smart. Okay, all right, and I call this the perfect economy war. Okay, this is part of one of the strategies by Robert Greene, and that is to pick your battles. Adrianna is very, very clever, very, very smart. She couldn't go head to head with Denice, okay, and she couldn't go head to head because she'll be overwhelmed. In fact, that's a war technique as well. To overwhelm your opponent is a type of ability as well, which Denice often uses. I call it deterrence, okay? And a deterrence war strategy is to create an intimidating persona or presence. You almost bluff your opponent out of the game because you show them that they can never get at you. right? You show them that you're overwhelming. There's too much of you. They can never take you head on. No one could take on Denice. You know, I think even California would struggle, right? But being smarter and trying to use her abilities to the best way she understood, she used her feminine wiles, right? Adrianna. She decided not to go head to head with Denice, but go in a more cleverer, different way. I'm going to take the support structures from you. I'm going to break your legs so that you don't stand no more, right?
Hustle who?
Excuse me. Don't mind me. Do y'all? Denice. I'm gonna borrow him for 5 seconds.
Table. I want you to notice something that she does. It's very, very clever. Okay. She gets there in the middle of a game. All right. This is very, very clever. In the middle of a game, they're interacting, they're getting on, they're having fun, they're creating bonds and memories and experiences. And then she comes in the middle of it, disrupts that communication. Okay, and then says, I'm gonna borrow. Not even so, she doesn't even ask now. I want you to pay attention to this. She does not ask a question to Denice. She says, I'm going to. This is a directive, this is a command, this is not a question she's asking. She's telling her, this is what I'm about to do. This is actually very masculine energy when you tell someone what to do, right? There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying that she issued the masculine energy in that scenario to show you that now war is on.
I'm gonna borrow him for 5 seconds. One thing.
Okay, right? So she says, I'm going to take California away for 5 seconds, all right? And she makes a face kind of with it. You know, it was a little bit of a scary moment for her, I'm sure. And so that declarative sentence says a statement. Now, Denice is in a predicament here. She can't say no because they don't have that type of relationship just yet. Okay, but also she may have not liked the way that Adrianna addressed her, and I can understand that because it was a command. She didn't have to. She could have asked a question and said, "Sorry, Denice, can I just borrow him for 5 seconds, right?" But that would then give Denice to say, "Hey, look, can we finish the game?" But the fact that Adrianna said, listen, I'm not going to give you the opportunity to say no. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to borrow for 5 seconds, right? That's an assertion of power. That is an assertion of power. And you see this later, you see this something else. Simone earlier on comes to when we see a flashback of Simone taking Jay away from Winter, right? How does she do it? She lies about the situation. She lies, says, this, that, but she was lying. The fact that Adrianna doesn't come here to lie, she says, listen, I'm going to borrow him for 5 seconds, is actually a power move. She's telling Denice, listen, I'm going to match you, but I'm not going to match you on the offensive. I'm not going to match you on face-to-face combat. No. I won't win that way. No. I got to be smarter. I'm going to use your own strength against you, right? And so when she then finally gets a hold of California, notice that she's pulling California away.
Normally what I'm attracted to. And so
she's the one leading California now, right? This is very all instinct because this is all part of her plan. She's leading everything. Even the conversation, she's leading it. Even the touching, she's leading it. Even when she came to the table to pull him away, she was leading it. All of this interaction is Adrianna leading. She's a very clever girl and she's very competitive. Remember she said in her bio when she was on the first episode that she only joined the cheerleading team just to show that she could actually do it. That is somebody who wants to win. And so just like her, Denice also has the vim in her to also want to win. This is why they're at attritional costs right now. This is why they're at different ends trying to fight each other. Right? But one fights with, I will punch you right now. The other says, I will counter and I won't hit you. I won't hit you directly. You understand? I won't hit you directly. I'm gonna come at you sideways. You understand? Like Denice wants to have the blows, but she's like, no, I don't want to do the blows. No. I want to get you on a side thing. You understand? I want to get you differently. Yeah, because I can't win that fight with you. You will always win. We saw that later on when they have their 1-to-1, how Denice with words is potent. Adrianna could not cope. I'm sorry. Adrianna could not cope. Though she done the pulling away and everything, she couldn't cope.
Denice is really taking over, and then she complains about taking over. She's like hitting the ball. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go to the back. I'm like, okay, you go to the back. I'm gonna keep the front. So I'm trying to keep the front, and then all of a sudden she'll dive from the back.
But Adrianna uses that to her advantage. Okay, I can't beat you on the hard game. I'm gonna use my soft, feminine wiles. I'm gonna show him or everybody else I'm soft. I'm not argumentative. I'm soft. Okay. So now when she gets to the sofa now, I believe this was way too much. It was almost like an actor acting in a show. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it was almost like the actors playing an actor in the show. It was just too much. Yeah, because her legs were all over him, hands on his chest, her in his bosom. I was like, wait, hold on a minute, sis. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Sis, you're going to need to back up a little bit, okay? When did this come into play? When did you start getting so frisky? I mean, I haven't even seen that kind of energy with Rashid just yet, baby. You might want to crack it up a little bit, baby. That's when I knew you were playing.
I've been delightful.
What's up, Smiley?
Because you ain't done that with Rashid yet, but you're doing that with Kalafani. Yeah. Now I do not doubt for a second that she finds Kalafani attractive. Right, big ass guy, big muscles, soft at the center too, can have deep conversations while at the same time on surface as well. Good smile, you know what I'm saying? Just a general nice guy. Of course, I can see it, but the truth of the matter is, this girl was doing a lot. Legs over him, hand in it on the chest, and if you watch carefully as well, who is initiating the touching? Who's doing the touching? Kalafani is a very smart man too. He restrained himself from touching Adrianna the whole entire time in this episode. While she cozies up to him, where's his hand? His hand, there's even a gap between his arm that's over her shoulder. Is his hand touching her shoulder? No. He's not participating in the game. As far as he's concerned, he's not doing anything. The girl is doing something. It's a very smart ploy also by Kalafani. It actually shows as well there's discipline in him. That also shows that he doesn't jump at just at any opportunity. That also shows that he's also very calculated. He wants to make sure the person who's in front of him and actually is giving him the attention that he desires in the long term, not just to use me. I'm sure he's aware, you know what I mean? And so all the touching that she does, she's leading it. Right? She's leading it the whole entire way. And to the point where she even makes a comment about saying, I've got you my top, whatever. And he's like, oh, I didn't even, I didn't know that.
Smile.
I've claimed you in my top, so I need to know that the feelings are reciprocated.
You claimed me.
I didn't know you were my top, but I like you, right? And she's like, I didn't know you liked me, right? So they're having this conversation about, I thought you liked me, I thought you didn't know you liked me, or you didn't know you liked me. It's a back and forth, right? Trying to figure out where we stand. We both like each other, okay? We find each other attractive. It's that simple. That's what you're trying to establish right now. Okay, cool. And then she drops this comment, and she's very smart, she's very clever, she's using her feminine wiles again, because remember, all of this is a play. It's a dual, and this is so powerful. It's a dual play. I find it fascinating because when people play like this, guys and girls, I'm always fascinated because this is a natural instinct. It's like a footballer that's really good and just natural. It's not coached. You understand? This behavior is not coached. It's learned, but it's not coached, right? And so what you see is Adrianna saying to him, and this comment, I know this comment. Oh,
I can't be this close to you. I'm about to go back. I gotta go back around people.
I can't be too close right now. Right? And even before that comment, the fact that she says, I didn't know that you liked, or I didn't know that you liked me, and then he confirms it. So by her comments and I didn't know, he then has to he then has to kind of speak up and say, I do like you, which then confirms to her, okay, cool, we're on the same wavelength, we're on the same page, and you've admitted that you liked me. Notice as well, similarly, unlike with Rashid, we didn't see this comment. When her and Rashid were talking, Rashid was the one that solidified that he liked her. In this instance, though, and he solidified that she was in his top, he solidified that she was in his top. In this instance, she's now solidifying to him that you're in my top. Change of power. The person that you're interacting with, you got Rashid already. She already knows. She's already got Rashid. She does not need to confirm nothing. But with Kalafani, because in order for this game to work, in order for this war that she's trying to win, she needs for Kalafani to admit, yes, she likes her, for the game to really continue.
You know I like you, right?
I don't. I mean, I hope so.
Right? So now he's confirmed it. The game is truly and well on. Okay? That's not to say that she didn't have him in his top, because she did say it in the cave last episode that he was in the top. Not a problem. Then we go into the comment about, oh, I can't be too close to you because, Now, what she's doing here, oh, my God. I call this the baited comment. Yeah, y'all know I love these things about baited comments. Bait comments are to draw out a response, and the response is meant to give you an idea of where that person fully stands. Okay, all right. I call it battleships. I do something to you so that you fire back, so then I know what position you're standing. Then I can really hit you properly. So when obviously she says, I can't be too close to you. Ooh, da-da-da. What she's doing here is embedding the seed of there is sexual tension between me and you. And let me tell you something about a man. If you can get into his head that there is sexual tension between him and you, irrespective of whether you want him or not, he is now in the place where you can begin, I want to say, control, or bring into a place where you can let him do what you want him to do. So if that's now to use him against Denice, you can use him against that. If that is now to make Rashid jealous, you can do that. Why? Because you now know he now finds you sexually attractive. At that point, you can flirt, you can flaunt a little bit, you can do a little bit here, a little bit there, right? That means now your behavior can change. It's no longer, I think I like you, but it's now, okay, there's a sexual tension. And that energy is different. Finding someone physically attractive is different from finding someone sexually attractive. I'm telling you now, it's different. Right? So when she says that, I can't be close to you, what she's embedding a seed in his mind is, listen, there's sexual tension between us. And obviously, he just laughed, obviously, he didn't respond in it, right? But the seed has been planted. I'm telling you now, the girl is clever. She's clever. I can't hate on the game. You know what I'm saying? I can't hate on the game. You know what I'm saying? But you know what the title said? Don't hate the player, hate the game. You understand? You know, and just out of that, Denice did exactly what Adrianna wanted her to do. Denice fell for it. Okie dokie, she fell for the bait just like that. That's war, right? In the midst of that, Denice actually got fed up, frustrated. You know, she looked annoyed, sat in her corner, and didn't really want to engage no more. I have played her like a fiddle. You see, this is war. You initiated war, Denice. Let's be very frank. For anyone comments says, I feel sorry for Denice, I'm like, listen, you initiated it. When you came after her man and said what you said, you initiated war. You know what I'm saying? And you making unsubstantiated claims, you've initiated war. And now war's at your doorstep. So, guys, this is a part of dating 101. There is different ways to fight a battle. As you can see with Adrianna, what she's done here, she's initiated with going for hitting where it hurts. It's a strategy, which means to take out the strength of that person. She takes Califani from Denice. Denice is done because ain't no one else coming from her, right? And take your man, make your man my man. You understand, kind of thing. And she chose a perfect economy strategy, which is to pick your battles wisely. You know, there's even some counter attack in there as well. And the last thing that she did also, I believe, is one up manship, which is basically to give your rival enough rope to hand themselves, okay? And that is to give them oftentimes an impossible task that they can't complete, or basically just give them enough room to make a mistake. And this was it. She triggered Denice to a point where Denice now, later on in the episode, which we're going to address, now has to speak to Califani, say,
Feel a little ways. You had extra company on the couch with you yesterday.
you have been nuked. You've been found out, girl. And you know he doesn't like jealous girls as well. Finished. What a game, what a move, what a play by Adrianna. I can't hate the game, you understand? I can't. It's when I see it, I just have to commend it, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm an observer. So, way, you know what I'm saying? Denice has fallen for the trap. You know what I'm saying? Hey, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. But those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is. You got the minerals, baby. Stay locked and stay loaded, baby. Don't forget to grab your merchandise, baby. Appreciate you.